Welcome, foolish mortals, to my Halloween house tour for 2021. As you can see, we are outside. It is extremely cold out here. It's the middle of the night. It's very late at night, or very early in the morning, depending on how you look at it. And I thought this year we'd do something a little bit different. It's going to be a longer house tour, and it's going to be a little more casual. I'm going to talk about the inspiration behind how I decorated things, and we're going to look at a whole bunch of new decor. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get yourself some pumpkin spice, some hot apple cider, get some treats, some Halloween treats. Let's do it. The Halloween house tour for 2021. Okay, so here we are in my living room, and this wall right here is just in front of the basement steps. And as you can tell, there is quite a monstrous display going on over here. So let's get into it and talk about it, shall we? I don't really know what this would be like categorized as. A lot of busts and stuff and pillars, just kind of a nice display. So on the top shelf, we've got this really cool little somewhat wooden cabinet here. And it's got the potions, brews, and elixirs. And you'll notice the font there, it actually kind of, it's got like a shiny, almost iridescent thing going on. And it's just a little cabinet to put some little potion bottles in and stuff. I have gone ahead and put some night owl elixir, some spider venom, and I'm always about customizing things. I don't believe in just buying something from a store and putting it on a shelf without my own personal touch to it. That's something I would definitely encourage everyone to do. So I put a bunch of moss in the night owl elixir and some little pebbles in the spider venom. On the side up here, just to kind of add a little flavor to it, I put some moss dangling down. Is that Spanish moss? I'm not sure. I only speak English. These are a popular item, by the way, in Target. These little bottles, and there's a bunch of them to collect, and this one is Haunted House Dust. And you can see it's just like orange glitter, but there's a lot of cute little clever ideas. And I think there's probably about 20 varieties now because I've had them for 2 years. These are scaredy cats, and it's just little cats, little confetti of cats, little black cats for Halloween. So very cool. I'm a big fan of those, and you'll see them kind of scattered throughout my whole house. One of the things I do want to mention in this particular scene here are these 2 candle holders on the sides. I'm a big fan of, really trying to make a scene when I decorate, a real feeling and a vibe, and not just taking something and putting it on a shelf. So these are not even technically Halloween decorations. I don't even remember. I think I got these at a yard sale. But they are just little candle holders, and you'll notice they have a real vintage, authentic look to them. Look at this. This comes off the top. It's really well made. And look at how cool the lighting is with it. Just the way it's all like ribbed, all these little slots. I love the way those look. And they got like a gold finish to them. So again, Halloween decorating is not just about going to Target, getting some plastic stuff and putting it on display. Go to yard sales, go to estate sales, and find things that look like props in the Haunted Mansion or something. I really think they go a long way, and they're usually really cheap. And another example of that is go outside in nature, if you're crazy like me, and find stuff like really cool looking sticks and save those and obviously clean them before you bring them into your house, and then use them to kind of look. This is like a little bit of a bridge. The stick goes up, and I kind of tangled some of the lights on it. And so yeah, I'm, again, really big supporter of trying to think outside of the box and use, I don't know, sticks if you have to. Some of the other cool things here, I like this a lot. This is, I got this from Spirit this year. It's a Hocus Pocus glass little goblet, but I love the shape of it. The way it's all kind of like crystallized and faceted, and it's got the gold details around it. And then, obviously I could have used it to drink out of, but I put some moss and some dead foliage there, some stuff that looks very autumn. And since we're over here, this is my favorite lantern, by the way. Look at this. I love the orange glow. That is a great glow. And it moans. I love me a good moaning lantern. But yeah, that's really cool. I'm going to back up real quick here. You might notice here and here, we've got these pillars. And the lantern will stop in a second. I don't know how loud that is to you guys. But there are these pillars here. And those were both purchased from Hobby Lobby. You might not know it, but Hobby Lobby sells these in the back of their store. They're usually white. And I bought them and I customized it. I painted it gray and then I dry brushed it to look kind of more dirty. But they're just such a cool thing to use for like a Halloween setup. So yeah, check those out. They're real cheap. I think this was like $5 for the shorter one. This one I think was like $7. And then you just do a little bit of work and you customize them. So yeah. Oh, I also really like this. This is like a very fancy glass bottle from Joanne Fabrics a couple years ago. Just a cool looking potion bottle there. I'm a fan of that too. So down here, we've got some stuff. Again, so here is the Medusa bust. And she does light up and talk and the snakes in her hair move, but she's not turned on right now because if everything was turned on, you wouldn't be able to hear me or think and we'd all be in trouble. But down here, I can activate these two.
Welcome to the realm of the afterlife.
Come in and stay a while, like a couple centuries.
That's what we did. Now look at us.
The least they could do is dust us off now and again.
So these are, they're just two little busts that interact with each other. I've already shown those in previous house tours. But listen, I'm a boy who loves a good creepy bust. Very big fan of the aesthetic of a Halloween bust. Over here, this is an amazing, I guess, candelabra. I don't think it's a candelabra, but it's all these little candles. I love the way this looks. I have lit it from below to kind of bring the light upwards and kind of pierce through all the little poles here. We've got some creepy cloth. I, of course, do not light this because it's very close to the top of the shelf there, and my house would start on fire, which I'm not exactly looking to have happen right now. Got some candy in this skull, and I lined the bowl with some moss. So yeah, little eyeball candy. So this is the wall that's right in front of the basement steps, and it's probably one of the first things you see when you enter my home. And again, I'm not going to talk about everything, but I am going to talk about this. So look, we got some really great foliage in this goblet. Look at this old goblet-looking thing. And again, I saw this plant outside at my parents' house, and it was all dead, and I was like, that's an amazing plant. And it just had a bunch of these little branches. And so I swiped one of those little branches right off, stuck it in my goblet, and holy smokes, does it look nice. So over here, this is an actual real vintage chair. And it is, honestly, if my house has ghosts or any objects that are haunted, it's this chair, this little end table, and this lamp, because they are all from an estate sale. And I mean, they really are rickety and old, and they look like props from the Haunted Mansion. Look at the texture. Holy smokes, that legitimately scared me. Anyways, the texture on this is really cool and old. I put some spiders on it. I put the creepy cloth on the back. Now, by the way, this is something I am also a huge fan of, okay? I'm going to teach you something here. Draping creepy cloth from one object to another, like this. See how it's on the back of the chair and then it goes over to the lamp and then, ooh, that is a hugely satisfying looking thing. I highly recommend you do that when you're decorating for Halloween. Connecting objects together with the creepy cloth. It looks good, I'm telling you. Down here we've got these ceramic skulls glowing. They fit perfectly underneath this thing, so look at that. And then look at the great detail on the lamp there. And then the creepy cloth over the lamp looks great because look at the ceiling. Even the ceiling has a reflection. Well, I don't know if that's a reflection, that's a shadow. But the ceiling is creating a shadow of the creepy cloth, which just kind of makes it feel a little bit like a spider web or something. So yeah, I'm a fan of this area. I've never displayed that chair. I've had it for many years now, but it's never been on display. But I'm a huge fan of everything that's going on over here. So down here is my coffee table, and I'm never really in the living room. I'm never using this coffee table, so I can kind of decorate it in any way I want. I don't have to worry about actually using it. And Once again, as you can see, this is, I just said it a little bit ago, but the creepy cloth connecting both of these candle holders, which again, I know I'm gonna say this word way too much in this tour, they're vintage, but these vintage candle holders, one of them is a little shorter than the other, taking that creepy cloth and bringing it together. I think that really, really makes quite the scene. And instead of candles, I decided to put those little plastic jack-o'-lanterns that you can get from Target on top of it. This is really neat as well. This is it's like a little thing you put a plate on or something, but it just looks so fancy, very European mansion-esque. And so I just put a little Halloween greeting card on it there. And this is one of the new candle scents this year from Bath & Body. It is Wicked Apple, and it does smell like a sour apple, which is amazing. And it's probably one of my favorite scents for Halloween now. Then, you may have noticed, we do have a nice big bowl of popcorn balls, and this little bowl actually will turn on if we put light in front of it to hit the sensor. I don't know if we can do this without getting wax everywhere. Wait a minute, here we go. See, there we go.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Not really sure what he meant by that, but let's get him to come out again. Where's his sensor? Oh, there it is.
I'm watching you.
So he's a little candy dish. I've had him for several years, and I have not used him. And the glow of this candle is killing my lighting. But yeah, that's my coffee table. It's got this really neat spider web, mat on it. What am I trying to say here? Tablecloth. There we go. But yeah, that's the little... I'm happy to finally have used him. Like I said, I've had him for a while. I got him on sale dirt cheap from Target one year.
It's you. I've been waiting.
He seems like a little bit of a pervert, to be honest with you, but he'll fit right in here. Now, I am a huge fan of the classic, iconic Universal monsters. They're just such an essential part of what we think of when we think of Halloween. Frankenstein's monster, the Mummy, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula. And so what I'm getting at here is this shelf above my couch is dedicated to all of those wonderful, iconic creatures of Halloween. I'm really disappointed in Universal how they don't seem like they want to use the actual monsters. They're trying to like reinvent them in all these awful ways, which they shouldn't be doing. I don't think anybody really likes it. But anyways, let's get on to actually talking about some of the pieces up here. So I am, as I mentioned, I'm all about accessorizing. So we've got this really neat old wooden crate, and on top of it, this magnificent, very heavy bust of Frankenstein's monster. I am such a huge fan of this bottle, by the way. It is a bottle of Dr. Frankenstein's lightning elixir. And check this out. It is so cool. You pull the cork off, and it is literally lightning in a bottle. Look at this. It goes all around. This is one of my favorite items. Very unique. And I love how you don't turn it on by like pressing a little switch on the bottom of it. You turn it on by taking the cork out of the top. It's got like a little light sensor in there. And then you turn it off by putting the cork back in. It's amazing. I love it. And so, yeah, like I said, one of my favorite items. Now, on the sides here, to the left and to the right, we've got these, they're from like the early 90s. They are these animatronic figures of Dracula and Frankenstein. Now, Frankenstein, I don't have batteries in because these things run on like 3C batteries. And who the hell has C batteries? But I did have enough for Dracula, so we can turn him on. They're about probably 15 inches tall. And I think he's kind of genuinely creepy. They move little lights flicker in their eyes. And, you know, the laughing obviously could get annoying if you just left that on. So there's another setting where you can just have him move. But look at that, he's moving his head and his arms. Very neat. I think these things are valuable. I think when I looked on eBay, they were really pricey. I also have the Bride of Frankenstein, but, you know, there's only so much room up here before it just looks cluttered. But I really want to try to probably collect all of them. This is another amazing piece. It is the mummy. It is a bust of the mummy right here. Target, a few years back, had a collaboration with Universal Monsters, and they made a bunch of merch. It was called Monsterville at Target. And so you got these little squishy toys. Oh my God, we activated the mummy. Look at those eyes. Very bright LEDs. So anyways, that actually mildly terrified me. But yeah, he's from, you know, Target. Really good looking mummy bust there. Target had some amazing stuff about 5 or 6 years ago. Here's another thing that was at Target. It's a Frankenstein light up figure globe thing with the windmill burning down. Just amazing. There was actually a couple of those. There's another version of that with Frankenstein and his bride. Here's one of the squishies for Creature from the Black Lagoon.
There are many strange legends in the Amazon. Even I, Lucas, have heard the legend of a man-fish.
I think they also have, there's one more, a Frankenstein, which I don't have. And by the way, these Monsterville items from Target, I was going to buy some more this year. They are very expensive on eBay. But yeah, those are, you know, just some of my classic Universal Monster items. I have more, but that is what I chose to display this year. And before we move on from the living room, I would feel very bad if we didn't give my butler, Murphy, a little bit of love this year. Let's activate him here.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weekend weary.
But yeah, I've shown him in a previous house tour. This year I gave him some spider webs and some leaves. You know, just gave him a little bit more detail. But anyways, Murphy's doing good. I wanted you guys to all know that. And now we are gonna move into my kitchen. And as you can see, I kind of changed it up this year. My kitchen table centerpiece is a trio of jack-o'-lanterns, and I'm not sure if you can tell, because this is a video, the one in the middle is very large. In fact, here's my hand touching its forehead. It's about 2 feet tall, very big. I was gonna put him outside on my front steps, but I liked it so much that I wanted him inside, and then I just thought, you know, put a couple more on the sides of him, and then bring it all together with this autumn foliage garland on the base there, and it's just made my kitchen that much cozier and more festive for the Halloween season. On the sides of this, I also have these retro Beistel die-cut cats, and they're actually kind of 3D. They stand up on their own, and they react to blacklight. So I'm a fan of those. Those are not literally the vintage ones, but they are the reprints that Beistel sells on their website. Here's another one over here. But yeah, you get like a 4-pack of them, and they're really cool. I like them a lot. But I mentioned blacklight. As usual, I've decorated the light that hangs over my kitchen table as well. On the sides, we've got black lights, and in the middle, I have a flickering orange light to kind of enhance the glow and the flicker of the jack-o'-lanterns. And yeah, you know, just creepy cloth. Creepy cloth goes a long way. You can use that for everything, just kind of draping it down and all that. And I got my little ravens up there, some leaves on there as well. So needless to say, I love my kitchen table this year more than ever. Oh, and I can't forget my buddy boy here, Mr. Spider. I really love his design. He's all hairy and looks great. I thought these would react to the black light, but they really don't. They kind of do, but not really. Not as much as I wanted them to. But I still put those little white spiders all over the place. And here, look at this. Look at this candle holder here. Elegant, classy, and horrifying, just like me. Okay, so let's go over to the stove area. Got some hand towels. Look at this goopy ghost rug here. I like him. He's like a drippy, goopy ghost. That's new. These are candles that I got from Creepy Company. They're Beistel, but I don't light them because they're just too cool to light. But I do like them as a thing to collect. Very nice, very nice. They have a pin inside of them, like an enamel Halloween pin, but you gotta burn them to get the pin, and I'm not gonna do that. By the way, it is 3:12 in the morning. Little fun fact, all of my Halloween house tours, I film it like in the middle of the night, because I think that just adds to the festivities. So we've got an old school blow mold here of a little pumpkin gentleman looking nice and classy. Look at these napkins I've got. Little Wicked Witch napkins. How cool is that? They look all like worn and tattered. The Wicked Witch established in 1970. Oh, the Wicked Witch Company established in 1879. Bubbling brew. It's just a really good design. I don't even remember where I got those, but maybe Marshall's, I think. Look at this. I'm running a little low on black licorice. You know, I've been chomping down on that all season. So over here, this is similar to the way that it was last year, but I would be remiss if I didn't show it again. This is an amazing fogging skull lantern, and this is from Grandin Road. Grandin Road is more expensive, and sometimes the quality is hit or miss, but let me tell you, this thing is exceptionally well made. The craftsmanship here is super good. It's very heavy, and, you know, it's a little fogging lantern. Look at that. Changes colors, too. Oh, there you go. And it comes in a tray, because if you leave this on all night, it does create a decent amount of liquid. But it's, yeah, like, that's one of my favorite Halloween pieces. And so, just kind of went with a skeleton theme. I built this little old piece of, you know, I just found a piece of an old fence, and I connected it together and made a little tray for it all to sit on. Got a little candy dish here with some Halloween candy. Little skeleton hand holding some poison. That's always nice to see. Oh, we got another one of these bottles. What is this one? This one is Deadly Spiders. How wholesome. Little plastic spiders in the jar there. So, I'm a fan of this area. It's very calming and bone rattling at the same time. And then, on this side of the sink, is a couple things to point out here. This is a new owl cookie jar. You just pop the head off the owl, and I've eaten all the cookies in there. There's nothing left but crumbs. You have officially seen my crumbs. Here's another one of the Beistel candles. They're pumpkin spice, candy corn, and I can't remember what the other one is. There's three scents to them. Oh, this is amazing. I got this new this year at Big Lots. It's a little candy dish, but I'm always looking for stuff that's like a little different and not typical. So it's like witch legs, and it's poison. You could probably drink from this, but I just put some Halloween taffy in there, and then I even accented it with a little fake leaf there. But yeah, I like that item a lot. It's kind of different. I've had a lot of pumpkin spice cocoa in this little, I guess it's not a mug, but cup. So yeah, just some little, oh, and I have to mention this. This is from Target this year. They had these really cool little like serving plates, and they got a great art style to them. They had bats on a moon, and actually I have one of them in my room, you'll see it, but I like the cat. Some good style going on there. And in the back, those old school cookie cutters from Kraft, or what is it, Nabisco? I don't know what brand that is, but they're really neat. And then also, if you look above my cabinets, I kind of did the typical thing with the orange lights and, you know, little plushies, some light up pumpkins. The thing in the middle there is very old. The little ghosts, it's a ceramic light up thing. These little dolls from Target years ago. This is a little random thing. I put this spider here as kind of like a little lock to that cabinet. It's not really a lock, but I just feel like it's a little spider lock. And then we got some Beistel decorations on some of the cabinets as well. The refrigerator has some new stuff going on, some new magnets. I hate jokes like that. I hate the stupid like puns, like instead of saying bitch, it'll say witch, like hanging out with my witches or squad ghouls. I usually hate that crap, but I did like the art style so much that I got it anyways. This is great. I've shown this before, but this classic Dracula, this is officially universal. And it's a Dracula magnet. I also have one for Frankenstein. There's Frankenstein's. It's Frankenstein's magnet. But, you know, typical refrigerator stuff going on here. Ooh, I lit the black flame candle magnet right there. Some friends have given me some Halloween artwork and cards up there. This is an I support Halloween magnet because of course I do. So yeah. Over here we've got some vintage Beistel hanging things. I've said the word vintage a million times in this video, I know, but everything is vintage around me, so I have to say it. Oh my God, we got to get into this here. This is my shelf in my kitchen, and there is an abundance of Halloween joy happening here. So on the top, we've got little skull boy. I brought an actual log into my house. Look at this. That's a legitimate log. I did clean it. But it just, you know, and that's an old fence. Look at that old piece of a fence, a little white fence that I found. I'm just going around the neighborhood stealing fences and weeds and limbs off of trees all year round. This is neat from this year at Target. Little dancing pumpkins. Look how happy those boys are. Plays some really good music. And then just below this little stack of pumpkins is this light up pumpkin. And it's really cool. It's oddly heavy. You can hang this on a wall or you can just have it, you know, displayed like this. And it's new from Target this year. There's a lot of new Target items on these shelves, but it's very bright. And I love it. It really lights up the room, lights up the area. Got my little McNugget buddies, little Halloween toys from the 90s at McDonald's. And then over here we got some more McNugget buddies, the witch and Frankenstein and Dracula, and then, you know, some goodness happening. Oh, by the way, so, you know, we talked about the little stack of pumpkins. This ghost is also new and kind of in the same, you know, design as those pumpkins. Check out what this silly boy does. Woo! He spins around and dances. I'm a pretty big fan of this. And he never returns to the same position that he was in, so I always have to put him back to normal. I'm obsessive compulsive or something, I don't know. Oh, and this is one of my favorite new items as well from Target. It's just a basic little plush cat, but I love the art style on this thing. It's just really cool. I wish there was like a whole collection of them. I think there might be, but I only saw the little cat. But I'm really happy to have that. I love the scarf. I have some other merch of that cat from Target. They made like mugs and all sorts of stuff. But there's something about a scarf on a Halloween character that I really like. You know, just kind of, ooh, it's a chilly Halloween night sort of a deal. This is just a little plastic pumpkin. I put a stick and some weeds in it to, you know, bring them together. The little cat needs a pumpkin. Needs a little pumpkin buddy. Down here, some wooden displays, more McNugget buddies, some more little wooden things from Target, little tombstone. By the way, all along the edge of this shelf, I've got those flicker lights and some leaves, some leaf garland. And then over here, just really quickly, some wooden cutouts from Target. They always make these, you know, little things. You can buy the little characters there. They're pretty cool. Little pumpkin, little skeleton popping out of a pumpkin from Big Lots this year. Some Haunted Mansion artwork in a frame. A lot of weeds and moss and stuff. So yeah, this shelf is always, you know, one of my favorite areas every Halloween, you know, to try and figure out little scenes and things to do. It's a bit random, but, you know, it looks cool. Now, by the way, just to the side of this shelf is one of my favorite Halloween items that I have ever purchased. This thing is about 5 feet tall, and as you can tell, it is a jack-o'-lantern lantern, and it's great. Look at it. It flickers, and it's like a blow mold. So cool. It's got a little black bat up there that isn't going to focus. Oh, there we go. But yeah, this is one of my favorite new purchases. This is my favorite new purchase this year, and it is just hands down one of my favorite Halloween items. I absolutely love it. I love the little details on things. And then again, just to kind of customize it and make it my own, because thousands of people are going to have that lantern, I put this unique plant kind of dangling down. Again, more of the like garland swag looking stuff, but I just kind of wrapped that around it to give it a little bit more of an earthy feel to it. Obviously, I think a lot of people would put this outside on their porch, but I mean, it was too cool. I wanted to see it every time I walked into my kitchen, and so there you have it. It's just such a neat item. Target, you knocked it out of the park with that one. Okay, let's go ahead and mosey on into my bathroom, which is what I do. I mosey into my bathroom, and we'll check out some Halloween stuff in here. You know, these are some pretty cool things too. By the way, I should point this out first and foremost. This is a new item. It is from Bethany Lowe, and it is, again, one of my favorite new items. So this is, I think, like a treat thing. You're supposed to fill it up with treats in the jack-o'-lantern here, but it is this like Grim Reaper skeleton. It is paper mache. It looks downright creepy. I mean, look at his face. That is so great. I saw this online, and it was expensive, by the way. Bethany Lowe means business. She's a little pricey, kind of like designer brand, if you will, for Halloween and other holidays. But it was worth it. It is so wonderfully crafted. He's got his own little lantern here. But yeah, I didn't want to put treats in there because I didn't want a bunch of children reaching their grimy hands into this beautiful piece of art. So I just decided to put some lights in there and put them in the bathroom. Now, you might have also noticed that on the ceiling, I have put up these autumn leaves hanging from string, because I thought it completes the scene with our skeleton friend here, and it just really draws your eye to this area. And then on the shelf, there's all sorts of good things. I think this is an hourglass with skeleton hands on it. I got little spider fangs. Again, I know I'm a broken record at this point, but I love weird looking plants. And all year when I'm out there jogging and stuff, I'm looking for weird looking things, and then I pluck them and wait for them to dry out. I've got a little pumpkin boy there on just a little block of wood. I think this was like, not a 2x4, but it was just a piece of wood. I cut it and put them on there just to kind of add to the scene. So this lantern back here is pretty cool. Let's activate it. As you can see, it's a skull in a lantern. And then it turns around, and oh my God, it's not a skull. It's actually a little candle in the lantern. And that's me in the lantern. Hi, okay, bye. So it keeps turning around, and as it does, a little magic appears. It goes from being a candle to a skull. And it's very bright on the camera, but there's like the back of the skull. And it's a little trick with mirrors, but it's really cool, and I showed it to like my 5- and 7-year-old nieces, and they were blown away by it. They couldn't figure it out, but I like it a lot. Pretty neat, pretty neat. I'm always looking for new ideas, new things. Over here we have got a big chunk of rock, and I have placed just a little vase with weeds in it, you know, just in case I run out of toilet paper in here, I guess. I don't know. And then down here, just a classic little trick-or-treat bucket. We got some potions and weeds and stuff on this little shelf. This is weird. I like this a lot. It's like made out of it's very heavy. It's made out of like a sandy type thing, but it weighs quite a bit. I love these plants right here. These things look like monster plants. Just like, look at that. Look at that. That is the type of thing that you'd expect to see in some kind of monster universe. That ain't a human plant right there. But yeah. Nice little stuff. We got the rug down here from Creepy Company. That is a Beistel rug. I got my little witch's broom. On the doors, you might have noticed in the kitchen area, I have this neat little thing from Target. But like I said, that is absolutely one of my favorite new purchases this year. And then very quickly, over by the sink in my bathroom here, there's some neat things. First of all, actually, I've completely monsterified this plant over in the corner. This is just like a normal fake shrub, but I stuck a bunch of random twigs that I painted black and put moss on and put some creepy cloth over it, so it just sort of gives off a monstery bush vibe. But this is a neat item from Cracker Barrel this year. It is a ghost and he lights up, and if you look really carefully, in the ghost's body, it is swirling. And so this was a popular item this year among Halloween collectors, and I can see why. It's really well made. It's actually very heavy. So he's a little ghosty boy. Look at him. He's happy because he's got a swirly stomach. Yeah, it's a neat item. These are bars of soap that I have still not used because they're just cool to have. This is a salted caramel bar of soap. I actually just use it as a display item. And then over here is the pumpkin spice bar of soap. My ceramic stack of spooky skulls. Naturally, I've got tons of Halloween hand sanitizers all over. Soaps as well, which don't want to focus because whenever I put the camera at this guy, it just obliterates the lighting. But yeah, some pumpkin, Bath & Body Works is the perfect place to get lots of spooky Halloween scents. And now we are making my way into my bedroom. And this place is, you've seen a lot of Halloween stuff tonight, but this is really where I've put my favorite items. Not that everything hasn't been my favorite item, obviously, but yeah, this is kind of where I put a lot of focus on the things that make me the most happy to see the most often. So I don't even know where we're going to begin. I think we'll start right here, actually, in my little kind of computer desk area. So these shelves are loaded with some really great items. And I'm always going for like the color and the design. I think this just looks this is eye candy right here. So down here, the item in the middle, this is like a little figure that is weighing jack-o'-lanterns, or weighing pumpkins, I should say. This is from Big Lots, and it's just cute. The pumpkins did not come with it. You could put whatever you wanted if you wanted to put candles or something. But I just thought little pumpkins with the moss just seemed very appropriate, kind of weighing which one of the pumpkins is the heaviest. And then look at that bat. That neat little glittery bat holding both of the pumpkins. Really cool. Love that. Here's another one of these little jack-o'-lanterns. Little confetti. I know I already showed a lot of these, but here's some witch's brew. It's just some fancy glitter, purple glitter. Definitely don't want to open that and get it all over the place. And then on each side, we got little plushies of a skeleton boy and a pumpkin boy over there. Really cool. Got those from Target several years ago. Behind them, I love these. These are more of the reprints of some classic Beistel paper decor. Got a black cat. Got a witch. Got a haunted mansion. So those are neat. I like how they actually kind of react to lighting. They look like they're glowing in the black light. So that is an added bonus. And then up here, got some new items. These are a new thing that Target was doing this year. These pumpkins that are designed to look like things. They had a dragon and I think a ghost. But I got the bat and a skeleton. So I'm a big fan of those. Got some classic Beanie Babies up here. The spider. And then back there, little ghost from the 90s. Fan of him. I think that might be the one I used to have from back in the day. And this is a figure I have shown off in house tours before. But my mummy figure here is just super cool. One of my favorites. And, and I've wanted that. The little jack-o'-lantern jester-looking fella. Again, a Bystel decoration. I've wanted that for several years, but I never got it for some reason. This year, I finally got it. VintageBystel.com. Here's a new item from Target. It's a spooky tree, and on the tips of all the limbs, it glows, little lights of orange color. Big fan of that. You can even bend it to be in different shapes, so that is an added bonus. So that's the shelf area up there. Obviously, you got some creepy cloth and some little fairy lights to bring it all together. Let's actually come down here really quickly. So this is just a weird random piece of wood that I found. And I'm like, you know what? That could be usable for something. So I just put it up against the back wall here. Got some creepy cloth. Some little bits of decor going on. Love it. Little happy Halloween bat sign. And then underneath it, a couple more of these bottles, collectible bottles. Creepy Company pin. Oh, and I stuck some leaves behind it. These guys right here are from Hardee's, and they were designed by Hallmark, I believe. They're from the 90s, and they were like part of the Hardee's kids meal. And they're just really neat. Look at this. They came with a little plastic container, and they're just like these little smooshy guys. And I did show these in a house tour before, but I didn't like take them out. I'm a fan. Look at this little goblin guy. He goes in his little cauldron. Very cool. These were from Creepy Company. Several years ago, they made these great keychains, little plush keychains of Bystel characters. There's a ghost, there's pumpkins, there's a black cat. I actually bought the whole entire case of them and got them back in the day. Okay, so this is from Cracker Barrel this year, and he's pretty crazy and wild. Let's turn him on. I like when he just kind of goes crazy. Let's try him again. Yeah, look, he really kind of rocks back and forth. And of course, the fact that his face lights up and glows like that is really cool and unique. I like it a lot. And then I put it on one of those pedestals from Hobby Lobby, and we got a little pin there. I bought a whole bag of these little skeletons. I've actually been hiding these in my parents' house to annoy my mother. So a little bit of backstory behind what I've been doing with my life. Here's a Haunted Mansion diary. I have not been using it, but that's from Spirit. A little witch pen, a little witch broom pen. We've got another one of those plates. I showed you one of them from the kitchen, but here is one with black bats, or white bats on a black plate. Here is some vampire blood. It's very good. This is a classic smell from Bath & Body for Halloween. I keep it right there because that's where the little bat plate is. And I've always got to do this. It wouldn't be Halloween if I didn't grab this and ring it. So here you go. Oh, that is just so well designed. I am a fan. Little Haunted Mansion bat bell. Just above the computer, you may have noticed, I have this rather, well, actually quite large trick-or-treat spider web sign. This is cool. It's from Joann Fabrics. I would say this is about like 2 feet by 2 feet. It's maybe bigger than that, a little bit bigger. I think it's metal, mostly metal. And I have added some accessories to it, as I often do, to kind of make it my own. So the metal sign is, the basic thing that I bought, but I put this autumn leaf foliage above the top of it. And then all these little spiders I hot glued into the metal thing, onto the metal thing there. And then I, just for the fun of it, to add a little bit more detail, I put the little owl up there. It's just the paper die cut from Bystel, but I think it looks like he's got a little nest up in that spider web. So it's funny, I did not want to change up the display above my computer because I was really happy with what I usually put there, but I'm very happy that I challenged myself to come up with something different because I think I like this even more. I mean, this is really grand and wonderful. So, happy I took the risk and didn't just settle for what I was comfortable with. But now let's move down to here. I wanted to show you guys this figure that I bought this year from Creepy Company. It's a limited edition Beistel Halloween figure, and it is the devil cat that Beistel designed way back in the day, but now in figurine form. And I got number 124 out of 250. So these things sold out really quickly, and I'm happy that I stalked the website and nabbed myself one. This was kind of expensive. It was like 40 bucks for this little tiny figure, but I don't know. It's really cool, limited edition, made in America, so I like it. I even, of course, keep the box next to it. Kind of a nice little thing. And then over here, this is another cool new item I bought. It's a little bat statue. He's got a little boo flag on his claw, and you can take his head off and put a light in there, and his eyes glow. See? Look at that. That's pretty cool. His eyes are made out of like a paper, but I love it. Very retro, old school vibes going on with him, and I'm a huge fan of the art style. I like his little party hat. You know, he's ready for a Halloween party. And this is from, I think, Bethany Lowe again. But yeah, big fan of that thing. I bought it on eBay. So my bed has some haunting things happening over here. Got the big rug of the skeleton over there. These are some cool things that I got from this year. The pumpkin is a pillow from Target, little cat I had. And then a friend of mine, Liza, gave me this little Boo Hollow plush. Boo Hollow has all these really cool little Halloween figure characters and plushies. And we were talking about them this year, and she actually found them. So I was so happy. Look at him. I love the style. He's a cute little ghoul. And then look at this. So the hat does not go with the pumpkin. This hat was from Spirit Halloween, and it says, you know, creature of the night with a little emblem there. And then on the back, there is a jack-o'-lantern, and it's an orange snap there. But I really have wanted a leather hat for a long time. You guys know me with leather and shiny things, but I'm so excited. I have a leather hat, and it's Halloween themed. So I was very excited when I saw that. I'm a big fan of that. And it wasn't even that expensive. Over on the actual headboard area, we've got some Halloween blankets. Oh, look at this bat. I really like this bat plush. Very cool. I like the style. And then I used my skeleton this year. Usually he's on my bedroom door, but this year decided to try something new, and he's just kind of watching over me as I sleep. I also put some wallpaper on my back wall here, and I think that almost kind of looks like a Haunted Mansion wallpaper. And then we've got the usual material draping down and everything. It's a very grand bed setting. And then I am protected as I sleep by my knight in shining armor filled with cobwebs. I am such a huge fan of this as well. So where do we begin? Actually, let's just talk about the skeleton. Got this somewhat large bone boy here. And just like my bat, he is ready for a Halloween party. He's got his mask on and his crazy hat. This is made, I think, out of paper mache. I'm not 100% on that, but it's just so cool. I love the art style of it. He's got a little, bow tie there. Somewhat expensive, but I'm happy to pay it because it's so grand. Then, you might have noticed, this is a picture frame, a very old picture frame. And I have this collection of old trick-or-treat bags. And they all have such wonderful artwork on them. I mean, look at some of this stuff. Look at him! He's a freaking pumpkin cowboy. But I could never figure out how to display any of it. How do you display trick-or-treat bags? And then I came up with the idea of putting them in this picture frame and just gluing them in there. They're kind of ruined, but I'm never going to want to actually use them. So I thought this was the perfect way to display them. And then down here, I have a little nightstand by my bed. And I think I've mentioned this before, but it's freaking very dark back here. I don't know if we're going to need a flashlight or what. There we go. I kind of see here. I love the Headless Horseman. It's one of the coolest Halloween monsters. And so I'm always looking for new Headless Horseman stuff. And this is quite large. This is an all black Headless Horseman statue. You got the horse, you got the Headless Horseman. And I just think it was a really cool thing to set by the bed. Got the little spooky candle back there. Got skeleton lantern with a candle in it. These crazy light up spiders on a necklace. Those are fun. I don't always have them on. You can have them flicker or just have them on and stuff. Here's some socks, some Beistel socks. So that is generally everything that is going on in the bedroom. Oh my God, how did I not mention this? Actually, this is one of my favorite new items as well. I showed you the cat stuffed animal, but there's the cat in the form of a wooden standee. And so that is so neat. They also made a ghost. I wanted to get the ghost, but I never got the ghost guy. I should have done that. I do want to also take a moment to show some of the things underneath my TV. By the way, the Muppets Haunted Mansion was a new special this year, and it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. It combines the Muppets with the Haunted Mansion. Obviously, that's what the name says. But it's like done really well, and I probably shouldn't be showing too much of it because Disney will kill me. But anyways, just wanted to plug that. I've been watching a lot of that this year. We've got some cool candles from Bath & Body. This one is pumpkin carving. And then the scariest thing of all, an overrated Nintendo video game machine. Anyways, this is actually what I wanted to show you. This is incredible. It is an old-timey radio, and it plays full presentations of classic horror tales.
Mr. Fallen asleep. A carriage had pulled up in the courtyard of a vast ruined castle. Count Dracula? I am Dracula.
Look at this.
Face
It lights up.
Strong. Very strong. The mouth, so far as I could see under the heavy...
And you can change the channel.
Cruel looking with peculiarly
Oh, wait.
sharp white teeth.
Oh, wait. The channel changing is over here. To other stations, other programs. Some of it is just spooky noises. And you can even change the volume by lowering it like that. But it's really cool, and I love it. It's from Grandin Road, and naturally you guys know me and moss. I have to put moss on everything. But that's a new item. Got some cool stuff over there. My little skeleton figures hanging out on the sides. Some little mini trick-or-treat buckets. And then up here, above the TV, I have my inflatable bat from the 90s. But I finally used this Halloween garland that I've had for quite some time. But I never wanted to actually use it, and I don't know why. And I'm very happy that I did, because it just looks so cool. And then we got some stuff on the shelf here. Little figures, little doodads going on. And over here on the door, I pretty much just went nuts with a bunch of things. This really old blinky light, trick-or-treat fun and safety. It's in its original bag and with its original price tag. Little pens, classic books of like It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. It's got artwork and stuff in it. Ooh, hold on a second. It hasn't been read a lot because it won't open. Hold on. There we go. Oh, that's some good artwork. So yeah, this is good. I've actually like thumbed through this just for fun when lying in bed. Got a Haunted Mansion book. Got a little keychain there. But, you know, some fun stuff. Erasers. Black cat card game. Little sticky skeleton hands. Squishies. Halloween Horror Nights buttons from Universal. Just a bunch of fun things. This is cool. A little Garfield doorknob. It's kind of fun. I'm a huge fan of the Garfield Halloween special from the 80s. And then on my door, like I said, over here is my skeleton. So on the door, we've got a witch. And I put a lot of stuff on the door this year. But yeah. Big fan of her. I've wanted that. Again, that's another one that I have wanted for quite some time. And I just finally said, why in the world am I not ordering it? They're really cheap. And she makes a good focal point for the bedroom door. And then the last little area that I wanted to show you in my bedroom is right when you walk in, I have this lantern. I bought this from Spirit Halloween this year, and this actually sold out really quick. I think they had like 6 of them, but they were gone in like a week or two. It's got a really nice pattern on the glass, and the glass has like an orange tint to it. And then I just put this on an old end table that I bought from a yard sale. I put some books in here. These are those books that move on their own. Here's one. This is a cool one from Target. It's The Chronicles of Hyde Layer. And when you open it, if I can do this with one hand, which I can't, hold on. You can see it lights up and makes noises. So that, and it's got a cheetah print on the inside. I like fake books more than I like real books. This thing is not going to stop. Holy Lord, that is haunted. And then just above the lantern, we got this fellow right here. This was one of the first things that I bought this Halloween season. It's like a plaque of a skeleton holding a candle, and
Please make yourself right at home. If you see my leg, tell them I have to have a word with them.
he just talks. His candle lights up. He's got a few things that he says.
Welcome. Bathrooms down the hall. Snacks are in the kitchen. Enjoy the party.
But he's just a really cool item. I was very fond of him when I saw him, and I added the creepy cloth and vines dangling down.
You made it. So nice to see you. Your costumes are fantastic. Not bad for a mortal.
He's got like jewels for eyes too, which I think is definitely worth noting. Well, that is going to do it for this Halloween house tour. I hope you guys have had some fun here tonight. Hopefully it was relaxing and entertaining at the same time, and of course, very spooky and scary. So I hope you have a wonderful, happy Halloween, and I hope you continue to enjoy all the Halloween videos that I'm uploading here at the channel. So until next time, I will spook you guys later.